Hi, everyone, and welcome to April 27th reading. Over the next several weeks, we're going to be participating in a unit on poetry. So just to begin, poetry is a type of literature or artistic writing that attempts to stir a reader's imagination or emotions. The poet does this by carefully choosing and arranging language for its meaning, sound, and rhythm. Some poems, such as nursery rhymes, are simple and humorous. So we're going to be reading a variety of different poems. You're also going to be participating in lessons with figurative language, and then future lessons, we'll be learning about different poets, and then you'll also get a chance to practice writing poems as well. Let's go ahead and look at Brain Pop. And after we look at the video clip, and after you've watched this, I'm going to ask you to go back to Brain Pop and complete the graded quiz. And then when you're finished with the graded quiz, please email me your results at heidi.younger@centrahealth.com. So you'll type in brainpop.com, you'll type in H. Younger and Rivermont1 for the login. I have noticed this week that BrainPop has been having some problems. So when you look at the top of this site right here, it does say you may be experiencing problems with the site. So when you get on here, you can type in poetry. And click on, again, the subject poetry. We'll go ahead and watch this together right now.
I saw the robots of my generation destroyed by bad programming, beeping hysterical, wiring themselves in the garage at dawn, looking for an AC adapter, the absolute heart of the lithium-ion battery, guaranteed to run for 1,000 years. Dig it, brothers and sisters. Dear Tim and Moby, what can you tell me about poetry? From Gabriella. Chances are you're already pretty familiar with some forms of poetry. From the nursery rhymes you learned as a kid to the song lyrics you listen to now, your head is probably filled with poetry. Poetry is any writing that uses words for their sound and rhythm as well as their meaning. Ordinary writing, like you'd find in a textbook, newspaper article, or novel, is called prose. It expresses ideas in simple, direct language. Poetry, on the other hand, usually emphasizes artistic elements like rhythm, rhyme, and repetition. You can measure a poem's rhythm with something called meter. Meter takes into account how many syllables are in each line, what the pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables is, stuff like that. For example, the English poet Alexander Pope wrote in iambic pentameter. That's a popular type of meter with 10 syllables per line, and with every unstressed syllable followed by a stressed syllable. The rhythm of a poem in iambic pentameter goes ba-bump, 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 ba-bump. Relentless walls, whose darksome round contains repentant sighs and voluntary pains, ye rugged rocks, which holy knees have worn, ye grots and caverns shagged with horrid thorn. That's Alexander Pope. You'll notice that repetition comes into play here. You can see the first two lines start with a three-syllable word beginning with the letter R, and the use of ye repeats at the start of the second two lines. Right, I was just getting to rhyme. Rhyme is the repetition of similar sounds, usually at the end of lines of poetry. Far and few are the lands where the Jumblies live. Their heads are green, their hands are blue, and they went to sea in a sieve. Not all poems rhyme, but ones that do usually have what's called a rhyme scheme or pattern. Let's take a look at that Pope poem again. Relentless walls, whose darksome round contains repentant sighs and voluntary pains, ye rugged rocks, which holy knees have worn, ye grots and caverns shagged with horrid thorn. You can see the pattern. It's divided up into pairs of rhyming lines, or couplets. Mark each different rhyme with a letter, and you have the rhyme scheme. Not all poems have rhyme or meter, though. A lot of modern poets write in free verse, which has no set meter or rhyme scheme. The lines are simply broken up the way the poet sees fit. You are humped higher and higher, black as stone. You sit with your head like a carving in space, and the little green cat is a bug in the grass. That's a good question. People write poetry because it can express certain feelings and ideas better than prose. Poets often used their craft to make you think about an experience in a new and interesting way. It's sort of like painting a picture with language. Check out this piece by Emily Dickinson. It sifts from leaden sieves, it powders all the wood, it fills with alabaster wool the wrinkles of the road. Can you tell what she's talking about here? Right, snow. To make us see and feel the snowfall, Dickinson uses the poetic tool of metaphor. That's when you compare one thing to something else. In this poem, snow's not just frozen water, it's alabaster wool that sifts from leaden sieves. Sorta does make you shiver reading this. Poems can often seem difficult to understand when you first look at them. Often it's because poets like toying with the different meanings of words and phrases. So when you read a poem, make sure you read it thoroughly and carefully. And if possible, you should read it aloud to get a better feel for the sound and rhythm of the words. By paying close attention, you'll have a better chance of understanding what the poet is trying to say. You've got a poem? I think you misspelled thermonuclear here.
So what I'll ask you to do again after watching the Zoom is come back to the site and then take the quiz. And when you look on the bottom here, you can take the graded quiz and then email me your results. And as always, know that BrainPop does have other links you can check out if you wanted to go on the related reading and look at the different options here. And then also you can look at the games to see if that is interesting to you. You can try that out. All right, so again, after you go on BrainPop today and take the graded quiz, go ahead and go back onto ReadWorks. I'm going to be assigning poems on ReadWorks for you to read and then questions to answer. See a lesson plan again for the daily assigned poems on ReadWorks. And then don't forget to submit your work. If you do need a refresher on how to get on ReadWorks, you can go on the April 13th reading Zoom, or you can email me and I can resend you that pre-recorded Zoom to you. But also remember to look at the lesson plan. So the lesson plan I'll email to your parents at the beginning of each week. You should also have received packet 3 in the mail, and that will have again printed work for lessons from April 27th all the way through May 8th. And the lesson plan that I've emailed to your parents on April 27th and May 4th will have again the plans. Please email me again if you have any questions. As always, please just try your best, and I hope that you have a great day.